On behalf of Hillsborough Community College President Dr. Ken Atwater and Ybor City Campus President Dr. Ginger Clark, welcome to this afternoon's graduation ceremony for Detention Academy Class 1902. At this time, I'd ask that you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Class Vice President Cadet Sarah Ann Hart, and also the presentation of colors by the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office Honor Guard. Audience, you may be seated. Audience, before the honor guard gets too far away, let's give them a round of applause for being here today. You may not realize it, but the honor guard's an all-volunteer unit. They have other full-time duties and responsibilities at the Sheriff's Office, so we really do appreciate them taking the time out of their busy schedules and their personal schedules to be here today for our graduation. So at this time, what I'd like to do is introduce our guests that are seated up here on the stage. To my left, your right. So first and foremost, we have Colonel Wayne Button from the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, Detention Department Commander, who's also going to say a few words. Next, it's all right, you can applause. I don't think it's going to hurt his feelings at all, and it also lets us know that you're awake and paying attention. Next, to his left, we have Master Deputy Steve Bullard. Nope, we got him out of order. We got Mr. Scott Johnson from Hillsborough Community College, former retired Deputy Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, Class Coordinator for HCC. And then to his left, we have Master Deputy Stephen Bullard from the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, Training Division and Class Coordinator. And next we have Senior Probation Officer Mike Hogdanola from the Florida Department of Corrections Division of Probation and Parole. And last but not least, down there on the stage, we have Driver Engineer from the Tampa Fire Department, Matt Russell, who's one of our first aid instructors. I also like to take this opportunity before we get too far into the program to just acknowledge some individuals. First of all, Master Deputy Stephen Bullard, Corporal Chris Heppenstall, and Sergeant Stephen Farley for their assistance and cooperation in making this class possible today. We wouldn't be able to have these graduates today if it wasn't for them. They work in the Sheriff's Office Training Unit. They are our liaison with the Sheriff's Office, and they help us make sure that these students are successful as graduates in the Academy. So thank you, gentlemen, for all your help. Once again, welcome to the graduation. I also want to take this opportunity to thank Sheriff Chad Chronister and his entire command staff that's here today for allowing us to set a time aside to recognize the graduates for the accomplishments that they have achieved in the Academy. And so thank you for being here today. We really appreciate you taking your time to come and support these graduates. It means certainly a lot to them, and it means a lot to us as well to know that you're here today. For the benefit of our audience, we're going to be passing out some specialized awards in a little bit. You can see them listed on your program. We're also going to be handing out their graduation diplomas. I think before we get into that, you need to understand the context in which these awards are presented today to provide the backdrop for that. So as we always tell the graduates on their first day at orientation, we don't give them the diplomas, they actually earn those diplomas. And these specialized awards that we're going to be handing out in a little bit during the ceremony, trust me, they have earned those awards. So in the state of Florida, in order to be a correctional officer or a detention deputy, you have to complete a minimum of 420 hours of training. It takes approximately 12 weeks to complete that training. During those 12 weeks, these graduates had to take 12 written examinations, and they've had to take 5 practical skills tests. When they take a written examination, the state of Florida sets the academic standards very high for our law enforcement and our correctional officers in the state of Florida. They have to score at a minimum an 80% on each and every written examination, regardless of how many questions are on the test. So in the academy, we only issue 3 letter grades. If a cadet scores in the 90 percentile, then they get an A. If they score in the 80 percentile, they get a B. If they score anything less than an 80, it's an F. An F. So think about that. If you're in high school or in college and you score a 79 on an exam, that would be a B- or a C+, depending on your teacher or faculty member. Here in the academy, a 79 is an F. So you can see the academic standards are set very high for these graduates. So I'm sure you probably felt they probably felt some pressure along the way to do well on these exams, and I'm sure that you helped them with that. The other thing on those practical skills tests, they have to score on those practical scores tests depending on the topic. For example, we're going to be passing out the Defensive Tactics Award. They have to score 100% perfect on that test. The Medical First Aid Award, they have to score 100% perfect on that skills test. And you know as human beings how difficult it is to be perfect at anything, right? And it's pretty tough, and yet these graduates did that today. And then when they're done with these 12 weeks of training, 420 hours, they have to prove to the state of Florida that they've retained everything that they've learned. And they prove that by taking a state certification, a licensure exam, if you will, to demonstrate that they've retained all of those knowledge and skills and the abilities. And as you can imagine, what is the minimum passing score on this state exam? An 80%. They take a 200-question exam, and they have to get 160 right in order to be able to earn their certifications. And I am pleased to report, actually I want to say I'm proud to report today, that all 19 of the cadets who took the exam this morning have passed the exam. Let's give them a round of applause. We actually had 3 cadets that scored a 97 out of 100. Remember, that's 200 questions on the certification exam. The overall class average on the state certification exam this morning was a 93%. Congratulations, graduates. So you can see why we want to take this opportunity to recognize their accomplishments in the academy. And we really appreciate the Sheriff's Office affording us this opportunity. So at this time, what I'd like to do is introduce our next speaker, which is Colonel Wayne Button from the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. But he actually began his career in 1989 as a deputy sheriff employed by the Richmond County Sheriff's Office in Augusta, Georgia. How many people have been to Augusta, Georgia? Okay, so you guys know where it is. Good. While there, he was promoted to investigator, and he served as a burglary investigator, a homicide investigator, and then he was promoted to investigative sergeant over the homicide unit. In 2002, Colonel Button relocated to Florida, and he joined the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. He has served in several capacities at the Sheriff's Office to include patrol, violent crime section detective, internal affairs detective, and supervisor. He's worked in street crimes unit as a supervisor, a lieutenant, and a captain in the Department of Detention Services, as well as patrol services. He currently serves as the commander of the Detention Department at the Sheriff's Office. Colonel Button is a graduate, listen to this class, he is a graduate of the Southern Police Institute's Administrator's Officers course, and he's earned a degree from the Police Executive Leadership Graduate Program. He has a Bachelor's of Science degree from St. Leo University, and he's currently pursuing his master's degree in Justice Administration from the University of Louisville. So you can see this is only the beginning of your training, the beginning of your education. It's not the end. So if you want to sit on that side of the aisle someday, that's what it's going to take for you to do that. Audience, did you hear that? Make sure they continue that career path. Keep pushing them, encouraging them, and motivating them to further their education and their training so someday they can be sitting over there on that side of the aisle representing the Sheriff's Office in a command capacity. So without further ado, please give a warm welcome to Colonel Wayne Button.
Good afternoon, folks. On behalf of Sheriff Chad Chronister and Chief Deputy Donna Lazinski, It is a pleasure to address the graduates today as they complete the first segment of their journey towards becoming Hillsborough County Sheriff's deputies. Welcome to all the family members who are here in support of the graduates. Your encouragement, your belief in the men and women sitting before you and in the ones sitting to my right has great value and great meaning today and in years to come. This is a good day. Enjoy it. Celebrate it. A milestone has been reached. But you know what I'm going to say next. This is just the beginning. What lies ahead will be every bit as challenging and then some. But with great challenge comes great reward. The kind of rewards that only come from dedicating yourself to a life and a career of purpose. You see, you didn't come here simply looking for a job, or at least I hope not. This life will ask far too much from you if that's the case. No matter what words you choose or what feelings you express when asked, you're sitting here today because you want it, you need it to be part of something bigger than yourselves. You are compelled to serve. You're compelled to protect. Serve whom? Protect whom? Anyone, everyone. And how will you do that? We have it in large gold letters emblazoned on the wall as you enter the public lobby of the Orient Road Jail for all to see. And you have it on your cadet honor code. You'll do that with honor, integrity, fairness, trust, confidence, loyalty, and dedication. And trust me when I tell you, living a life of service by those terms takes tremendous courage. It will not always be easy. It will not always be fun, but it will have purpose. It will have meaning. You will make a difference. Remember, this career that you are setting upon is a marathon, not a sprint. And as any good runner knows, some miles along that journey, well, they're not all the same and they don't all feel that great. Module and FTO will come next, and your understanding of the agency will grow tremendously. And then the real race will start. Grinding long hours, moments of excitement, moments of fear, moments of sadness and joy, triumph, and some long, peaceful, dare I say, boring lulls in between. Supervisors you love, supervisors you don't. Assignments you wanted, others not so much. Goals and aspirations you accomplished and ones you didn't. But if you truly give of yourself to the agency, to the community we serve, and protect and draw strength from each, you will overcome. You will cross that finish line, and you will love it. So as you take the next step in your journey, please allow me to offer you a small notion of what I believe are some of the ingredients you will need to succeed. You will need passion. It drives you through adversity, both internally and externally. You'll need patience. It helps you through those frustrations and allows you to weather all the things you can't control. Poise. You must be at your best when things around you are at their worst. Perseverance. It's a marathon, remember? And pride in everything we say, do, and aspire to be. Protect it. It's sacred. In this life, in this career, we don't always get to choose the outcome. We don't always get to control the opportunities that lie ahead. There is no map, there is no answer key. Our lives, this career, this life of service is nothing more than a seemingly endless hallway with countless doors to countless other hallways. Some doors may open, some may close. Some are easy to enter, others nearly impossible. You believed you were walking through one door and another appeared instead, all beyond your control. It's okay. All that matters is that you walk that hallway. Walk it with passion, patience, poise, perseverance, and pride. And be ready. Be ready for doors to open, and when they do, walk forward. Couple more months, God willing, you'll be sworn in by Sheriff Chronister. Your family and friends will come forward. They'll pin the badge and the star up on your chest. That day, that awesome day, will be the beginning of another chapter in your story. And everything I'm relaying to you today will still ring true then. And your courage, honor, passion, and dedication will come to bear for all our community to behold and to celebrate. But let's celebrate a little today. And I'll leave you with one thought. It may be that a single deputy cannot change the world, but I know it for a fact that just one can change the moment. And sometimes a moment is all that matters. Congratulations.
It is now my honor and pleasure to introduce the leaders for Corrections Class 1902 and congratulate them for a job well done. First squad leader, Cadet Jonathan Acevedo. Second squad leader, Cadet Dominique Gist. Third squad leader, Cadet Nicholas Maloney. Class Vice President, Cadet Sarahan Hart. And Class President, Cadet Richard Graham. You can be seated. It is also my privilege and pleasure to now give out some of the awards for the cadets over the over the course of their academy. Before I do that, I'd just like to share something that I shared with some of the cadets as we were walking in. Please, families, continue to give your loved ones your support. Understand something about this career. The children that you raised, the family, the person that you attached yourself to through marriage or are about to, or have joined a family with, they are a special soul. They were given that special soul at birth. They've chosen to use that special soul for good. Please reward them continually with your love, with your support, and most of all, your questions about how their day was. How'd your day go? What happened to you today? And I would add a caveat to that. As they describe your day, sometimes it'll take a little understanding. But please continue that support for them. They will appreciate it over this long career. And now for the presentation of the awards. During the course of the 12-week academy, there have been many opportunities for the cadets to excel on a personal level and set themselves apart from the rest of their class. While we're here to recognize and celebrate all who have successfully completed the academy, we'd like to take this opportunity to identify several cadets who have excelled in different areas of instruction. First, the Firearms Award, or as it's known as, the Top Gun Award. Here to present the award is Firearms Instructor, Master Deputy, Stephen Bullard, and Class Coordinator.
Good afternoon. The Firearms Award is the first award presented today. It's also known as the Top Gun Award. Okay. It's given to the cadet whose proficiency scores achieve the highest overall shooting qualification level during their academy training. Combining scores for daytime, subdued lighting. For Class 1902, the winning scores were a combined of 46, 48, and 36 respectively. The Top Gun Award goes to Cameron Snyder.
Next, the Defensive Tactics Award. Defensive Tactics is one of the most physically challenging courses in the academy. Presenting the award for defensive tactics today is lead DT instructor, CPO Mike Cotignola from the Department of Corrections, Division of Probation.
Congratulations, guys, and we look forward to seeing you back here. This is the beginning, and you got to keep those physical, mental, and emotional skills very sharp here over the course of a career. The Defensive Tactics Award is presented to a cadet who has shown the highest level of proficiency skill, combining assertiveness and professionalism throughout the training block. We test physically, and we have a written test, and by the unanimous decision of the instructor team evaluating class 1902, the award goes to Cadet Deputy Chad Gracel Jr.
The first responder award is next. The first responder award is presented by our first responder instructor, driver engineer Matt Russell from the Tampa Fire Rescue.
Congratulations, guys. First Responder Award is presented to the candidate who demonstrates a high level of proficiency during the applied practical emergency scenario evaluations, but also ranks the highest combined scores for both the CPR exam and the medical first responder final exam. For class 1902, this award is presented to the cadet with a perfect test score of 100%, Cadet Brandon Bernard.
It's my privilege to present the Academic Award. The Academic Award is presented to the cadet with the highest grade point average in the class, based on the 12 cumulative exams that they've taken. Before we recognize the first place, I'd like to recognize the top 5, or in this case, 6 places. There was a tie in several divisions. In 5th place for the class, with a GPA of 95.833, Cadet Chad Grasel. Junior. In 4th place, with a GPA of 96.166, there was a tie with Cadet Brandon Bernard and Cadet Richard Graham. In 3rd place, with a GPA of 96.166, there was also a tie with Cadet Kyle Cinco and Cadet Sarah Han Hart. In 2nd place, with a GPA of 96.666, Cadet Cameron Snyder. Thank you all for your excellence. You can be seated. And the first place academic award winner, with a GPA of 97.833, Cadet Dominique Guest. and to present the Merit Award. Sorry, Ms. Gist. Take your time. To present the Merit Award, Director John Meeks.
The Merit Award is presented to the cadet who demonstrates an overall outstanding level of academic achievement, as well as individual professionalism and skill throughout the entire training program. Different special criteria are applied to this award. It is my privilege to present the Merit Award for Class 1902 to Cadet Cameron Snyder.
A quick round of applause for our award winners. Master Deputy Stephen Bowler is going to come to the podium for the presentation of your certificate.
Row 1, please stand. Jonathan Acevedo. Matthew Adkins. Brandon Bernard. Ashley Castillo. Kyle Cinco. Nicholas Copthorne. Ready? Seat. Row 2, please rise. Keanu Gerald. Dominique Gist. Nathan Goff. Richard Graham. Chad Grussell Jr. Cody Gregory. Sarah Ann Hart. Alexander Leinhauser. Austin Lindsay. Nicholas Maloney. Second row, ready, seat. Third row. Rise. Scott Nicholas. Gavin Phillip. Cameron Snyder. And last but not least, David Velasquez.
Row 3, you may be seated. Audience, I present to you the graduates, Detention Academy Class 1902. This concludes today's ceremony. Please come forward. Feel free to take pictures with Class 1902 up on the stage. We also have some light refreshments for you across the hall. And I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and a safe holiday season.